Success is not a destination. Success is a journey. When you stop learning, you start dying. Learning is the key to greatness. Join Yemi and Bimbo Davids every Sunday for 7 a.m., 8:30 a.m. and 10 a.m. at The Good Land, Ifako Bus Stop, Ogudu Oworanshoki Expressway, Ogudu, Lagos. For more information, check www.globalimpactchurchng.org or call 0806-089-5213 and 0702-537-7493. The wiser you are, the better you live. Global Impact Church. Achieve greatness.
In fact, leaders attract who they are. That's the problem we have with African nations. Many of our leaders are idol worshippers. They are not true leaders. And an idol worshipper is just for you to remove the eye in front. You understand how dull they are. Now, Ebuka, take 4 steps forward. Now, can you see that Ebuka's progress is a blessing to Yinka? It gives him room for inspiration. It gives him room for progress. It gives him room to move forward in life. So John Maxwell says, everything rises or falls on leadership. Everything. When the leader made some progress, you can see room for progress. So we have this slogan we say in our church, and I wanted to sing in. It is a disaster to stay under a non-growing leader. It is a disaster. Your life regulates on it. Sometimes, even as a pastor, it's hard for me to help some marriages because I can't tell the wife to fight the man in that sense. Everybody we have to regulate to the man or to the parents. So I encourage everyone, develop your leadership capacity. I'm your pastor. I'm the pastor of this church by privilege. My improvement will impact on the church. Now, when Yinka, for instance, stays under a stagnant leader and is praying, Father, move me forward. I want to make progress in my life. The best God will do is to move him out of this leadership. God won't carry him and put him here. God won't do that. The same way, God won't just take somebody in church and then make him the pastor and I'm still here. So God will just, when he's praying and he's asking God for progress and God sees that this guy is hindering, man, God will move him out. That's the reason people leave churches. The reason people leave nations. And painfully is the reason for some separation in marriages and divorce. Somewhere along the line, the guys are, you hardly find a man living in California say, I want to move to somewhere in Lagos. Have you met a neighbor like that? You have a neighbor like that? That moved from Los Angeles and says, I like your electricity. It's not constant. I like it. Or, I like your roads. It makes my car to chickity. I just like it. I don't like all those smooth ones. Oh, I like the fact that there's no security. I just want to die. In that sense. No, it doesn't happen. But someone can move from a part of Lagos to California. So every time I analyze organizations, analyze even teams in church, sometimes I don't blame the team. Don't complain about somebody in the team. Fire him. When I see a team, for instance, that is not punctual or not agile, it's the leadership, the way you drive it. It's the leadership. When I see the kind of people you attract, in our church many years ago, we had a particular group where, there was this leader, he's very diligent. But I realized that he was doing everything all by himself. All by himself. That's not leadership. Leadership is influence, ability to drive others. If you are doing everything by yourself, then nobody's following you. So I told my pastors then, change the leader. Change the leader. Forget about the team. Change the leader. Change the leader. And then we move the guy out. We move somebody else in. The first thing that happened is the people that could not stand the heat disappeared. And when the wrong people leave, new people came in. And that unit changed. That team changed. Every woman here, whether you're married or single, you're a leader. You're going to lead your children. Many of us perhaps would have turned out better if our parents were better. So instead of blaming our parents or blaming people, it's high time you start developing your own capacity. Because if you're not careful, many of the things you blame your dad about and your mom about, you might end up worse off. Better face your life now and develop your capacity. Mothers, develop yourself. Fathers, develop yourself. And then in business and career, you hardly rise if you don't have quality leadership in you. Everybody is looking for the guy that can stand in if I'm not around. The lady that can handle the thing well if I'm not around. The moment in your business or in your office, you are the one that can do that, they promote you easily. Because they want to move the manager up. They want to transfer someone. But can she or can he stand in and even produce better results? Leadership development is a must. It's a must. Read books on leadership. Attend leadership conferences. Don't say it's for leaders. You are a leader. I have 3 daughters. They spend more time with Pastor Bimbo. So every mother, you are a leader somewhere. What are you teaching your kids? And then in your career, many of us have our own businesses. Your business can never rise beyond your leadership capacity. You can't. Bill Hybel says, when a leader gets better, everybody wins. Everybody wins. Thank you, Ebuka. Wait for your leader, man. Please. Let's put our hands together for them. So these are things you can write on Twitter, on everywhere. It is a disaster to stay under a non-growing leader. Leadership is either a blessing or a curse. Leadership is either a blessing or a curse. Everything rises or falls on leadership. Everything. Families, everything. Sometimes in the family, you can find the man spending more money on vehicles than on the education of the children. It's leadership thinking. That's the way of thinking. He prefers to impress people in the village with a Mercedes Benz, and the children are going to one stupid school, one unproductive school. That's how some people think. And many people think like that in Africa. We like things that we can show off, and we don't think of the future. Unknown to him, the investment in the children will bless him in the future. But he prefers in the present life to impress people in the village. And child, no school fees. Some people invest much more money in their friends than in their family. It's some leadership thinking, very negative thinking. They give friends money, and they've never given their wife money to buy clothes. Leadership thinking. Think leadership. Because inside your development is the development of everything God has attached to you. Everything. It could be in your office. It could be your family. It could be even church. Your development is not going to impact only your life. It's going to impact everything around you. And that also positions you for God to attach much more things to you. So you find that the guy that God gave five talents, and through leadership was able to reproduce and have 10 talents. They attacked more things to him. They took from the guy that was just making excuses, just talking. Hey, this is the reason why it's my parents. This is the reason why they didn't, excuses. They gave him 1 talent, and he returned with 1 talent. And the other guy, they gave him 5 talents, and he came back with 10 talents. And the master said, well done, good and faithful. Faithful is not having a very fine face. Faithful is being productive with what God has given you. They gave you 5, now he has become 10. The other guy, they gave him 1, and I checked the verses. He was the one that talked the most. Go and read it. He had several lines. He took like 2 verses. The other guy said, Master, you gave me 5 and now I have 5 extra. Oh, well done, good and faithful servant. The other guy, you gave me 1 and I realized, and I now returned the 1 just the way. The master said, thou wicked. Now, I was shocked to see the word wicked. I thought wickedness is when you lie, when you commit adultery, when you commit murder. I never knew that when you hinder other people's progress, you are wicked. As it were. Said, thou wicked. Said, take from him. Take from him. When you don't develop your leadership potential and you are making noise, making excuses, they will take that little you have. And you keep making more noise. Said, they took from him the 1 and gave it to the other guy that had 10. Now the guy has 11. 1 has 0. That's how life is with God. A team prepared, but better prepared, can win another team 7-0. I'm sure you understand that. Now somebody has 11 talents and 1 has 0. How do I develop my leadership capacities? We're going to be dealing with that the remaining Sundays of this month. How do I develop my leadership capacity? That's why in our church we invest a lot in leadership meetings, leadership development, ministers and leaders forum. When I bless a pastor, I am blessing a congregation. Do you understand that? When a father gets better, you are blessing a whole family. I see people come to church. I look around in service and I see husband and wife in church. It's a great thing, man. That means the family is in church. You know, sometimes even when mommy gets saved, family can be divided. I've seen that happen even in our church. A woman comes to church, gets transformed, she gets home. I found a new church. I love the church. And that what kind of church is all this new church? Is all this study? And then the next Sunday, out of 4 children, she picks 2 of them. The other 2 say, I'm staying with daddy. I know them, you know. And then, just divide it. But when daddy changes, we're all going to church. Oh, yes. At least my dad. When you wake up on Sunday morning, on Saturday morning, we leave by 8 a.m. Everybody should be ready. That's not that I don't feel like that church. We are all going to church. When I go to conferences and they teach me and they train me and I get better, it will affect you. So rather than, talking to the followers, invest in the leaders. Invest in the leaders. There's one scripture that fascinates me. When Jesus was to be tempted and crucified, Jesus told the disciples, tonight, most of you will be offended in me. He said, because smite the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. Ooh, what a word. No. Did you smite the sheep? No. I only touch, the devil likes to just touch 1 and many will be affected. So Satan understands leadership. He says, smite what? The shepherd and what? No, I thought it should have been smite the shepherd and the shepherd will scatter. Smite the shepherd and then the sheep will scatter. So that means even the devil knows that if I need to deal with this family, I shouldn't waste my time on the children. Let me go for the parents, especially the man. Give him alcohol. Give him wrong friends. And when his head is not correct, it will affect the entire family. That's why election period is spiritual warfare period. The devil does not have all the bullets for all 15 million Lagosians or 150 million Nigerians. What he just needs is, get me the shepherd that will listen to me, and then I can scatter 150 million people. Do you understand that? That in a church, the devil might not have all the time to attack you. It's the leadership. Smite the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. I think that's the reason for war. More men die in war. Leaving many families homeless. Because when the sheep is sick, the shepherd can lay hands and will be healed. When the sheep is discouraged, the shepherd can come and encourage. When the sheep is down, the shepherd can pick him up. So let me not waste my bullets. Say it, Satan.
One day of favor is worth more than a lifetime of labor. Experience accelerated progress as you get the book 7 Laws of Favor by Yemi Davids. Available nationwide. To place your order, please call 0809-719-8194 or 0806-089-5213 or visit www.globalimpactchurchng.org. Achieve greatness. Breaking news. We read them on the papers and online. We hear them on the radio. We also see them on TV. They break our hearts. But I have good news for you. Get the book, Secrets of Divine Protection by Yemi Davids. Explore God's provision for your protection and let your faith come alive as we see the end times unfold. Available nationwide. To place your order, please call 0809-719-8194 or 0806-089-5213 or visit www.globalimpactchurchng.org.
So rise up. My improvement is your improvement. Your improvement is the improvement of everything God has attached to you now. It could be an assignment in the church, in your office, family. And when God sees that you are developing your leadership capacity, just like that guy, he will take from others and give it to you. It is in the taking from many places that makes you great. So you have been faithful over a little, now become faithful over much. So rise up and be different. Stop behaving like a follower. Stop behaving like you are not the light, you are not the salt. Start behaving like a leader. Leaders think of the future. Glory to God. And the first point I have here as we close this morning is leaders have vision. Ebuka, come quickly, please. Leaders have vision. When a leader is visionless, the team will be on the same spot. Please face the other place. Now, we said if the leader is on level 6, he said, others cannot go beyond level 6. No, so he needs to go to level 7, level 8, level 9. But you don't go where you have not seen. That is vision. So the leader, his name is Ebuka. Ebuka must be able to see level. You see level 7 first and level 8. That is the first thing. You don't go where you have not seen. How many of you went to the car park or motor park and they ask you, Oga, where are you going? You say, I just came home. Anywhere. No, you are going to the car park because there was a vision that you're traveling to, Maiduguri. Amen. You're traveling to Damaturu or something. There must be a vision first before movement. So when a leader is blind, nothing moves. I pray that today, as you partake of this flesh and his blood, your eyes will open in the name of Jesus Christ. Leaders with vision. Now, leaders see things not as they are, but as they can be. There must be, managers maintain. Don't be a manager. Just a manager, you are managing things. They gave me 10 people and only 10. If some people, the 10 reduced to 8 to 7.5. Managers maintain, they maintain peace, they maintain. Leaders take it to another level. They give you 10 people, from 10 it moves to 20, and not just numerically, the 20 are with substance. That's leadership. So when he sees level 7, level 8, when you see it, you're excited. And then when he has seen level 7, level 8, most of the time in leadership, when you see the next level, people with you are not seeing it. And that's where some leaders even stop, just with vision. The next thing is communication. Communication. Without communication, Ebuka will move to level 7 by himself. They'll just see you doing activity. I wonder, what is our leader doing? Before he moves, he must tell Yinka and others, wow, there is another level. I can see this team can operate better. We can be better. He must tell them. That's communication. You sing it. You print it. That's why we have flyers in church. You communicate. Communication cannot be too much. And it must be clear. Simple. You can even sing it. We are moving to level 7, level 7, level 8. And it's level 7, level 7, level 8. Everybody in the team will think 7, level 7, level 8. He's transferring what he's seeing to them. Without that, you will be laboring alone. You can be a punctual leader and your team is not punctual because you've not transferred the vision to them. So you get there very early, only you, and nobody is following you. So teach them punctuality, teach them decent dressing, teach them what you want. And don't let your communication be complex. Even Jesus spoke to the people in clear language. Many of them were fishermen, many of them were traders, and most of the parables were along those lines. He didn't talk to them about Oracle, about Facebook. There was no Facebook then. It was farming and fishing. But you can't be doing farming and fishing now. You must speak in a language. Some leaders, some men can't even communicate to their family. They don't tell their wives anything. God shows them a vision, they see something, and they like it. They want the family to change. And he refuses to talk to the wife. She can't perform. And then you start fighting her. But did you tell her anything? Communication is key. Sometimes you must ask them, what did I say? When they give you a feedback, then you can tell whether what you have said has been received. And then number 3, after the leader has seen the next level and he has told them very well, communication, the next thing is he should move. Yeah, 1, 2. That's positioning. In our leadership structure, we call it the VCPR system. Vision, communication. Positioning is live by example. Not just telling them, we are going to level 7, we are going to level 8, we are going to level 9. Boy, take a move, make a move. Enough of the theories, move. When we were to move to this place early in the year, we had so many challenges about 2 months ago. But we got to move. You can't wait for everything to be perfect. It will never be perfect. In fact, it is your movement that perfects it. So some leaders wait until everything is perfect. Some wait until everything is very, very... No, it will never be perfect. So positioning is making a move. And then there's this R. We have VCPR. R is relationships. If he does not have good relationships with Yinka and his team, they will not move. Don't be just one draconian leader. People don't do that anymore. You must have a relationship. Relationship with the people. Leaders touch a heart before they ask for a hand. The reason why some of us leaders in our church, people are not following you is because all about your relationship with them is about what you are doing, not their lives. You don't care about their life, about their babies, about their family, about their welfare. You don't care. All this, our meeting is 6 p.m. Make sure you are there. They'll tell you, yes, sir. But they'll show up at 6:45. Leaders touch a heart before they ask for a hand. Love people genuinely, and thank God you are a Christian. It's easier for you to show love. Don't be selfish as a leader. Care for them. When I meet ladies in our church with tummy, pregnant, of course, a pregnant woman is looking towards a due date, isn't it? So you ask her, madam, when is your due date? And she smiles. Not seeing her, she's pregnant. How are you, ma'am? Please don't forget the meeting is 7 p.m. She said, okay. In her mind, she's doing like this. Love people genuinely. Now, the love is not pampering. There are two sides to love. there's a tender love and a tough love. It's a robust combination that makes it great. Some leaders have one side, they are too tender. They love me, love me, them let me tender. Just love. Everything is how are you? But sometimes love is expressed in correction. I've had to do that in church severally. Tough love. You need the combination for people to be healthy. So when somebody's on your team and you notice that the wife is not happy, and you talk to the wife and complains about him, call him for a meeting. Let's meet at Mr. Biggs tomorrow afternoon. Yes, sir. Man, what is wrong with you? Talk to him. The way you are going, you're going to lose your marriage in 1 year. Tell him. The way your eating habits will destroy your health. Tell him, tell her. And it's driven from love. That's how leaders, Jesus, the same Jesus that said, let the little children come, is the same one that flogged the malams in the temple. So my house shall be a house of prayer, not borrow the change. Flogging, not admonishing. It's not good to sell in God's house. No, flogging. I know he was a carpenter. To our muscles. Because I wonder why he was flogging and they didn't fight him. You can't fight him. He's been carrying wood since, man. He will just carry one bench and break it and woes you. Glory to God. So some people don't like the tough part of leadership. It's important for any team to be blessed. So when I say love, I'm not saying pampering or flattering. You love people, there's a tender part. Now some leaders, all they have is a tough part. Those ones will create a hostile environment. I see lions, when they kill the zebra with their teeth, sinking the teeth in and tearing it apart. And I see the same lion use their teeth to carry their kids. Wow, their cubs. And they move them gently. So you must know when to bite and when to pamper. You need a combination. Leadership knows the timing. This is time for me to put my feet on the ground. You are going on suspension for 3 months with half pay. And you maintain it. In our church, at times, when a pastor shows up, a leader, and I look at the way you are dressed, I whisper to the other pastor, he or she must not climb the altar the next 3 weeks. Shh, that's it. If I've corrected you, don't dress like that. And if you do it again, we're not climb for another 1 month. So you must know when to be tender and when to be tough. And always tell people, you can be replaced. Oh yes, you can be replaced. You can be replaced. And when God replaces people, it's always with someone that looks lower than them. It drives you crazy. So when you know you can be replaced, you will rise up. You wake up. Sometimes when you are replaced, you may never regain that position again till you die. So whatever position you have, opportunity you have, maximize it. Anybody can be replaced. It will shock you how God replaces people. Look at David replacing Saul. A young boy at the backside of the wilderness, taking over the military man, Saul. He could not even kill Goliath. Only a teenager could do it. So tell them. So you love their families. You love them. But you must be tough also. You need a combination to grow people well. Leader, thank you. May God make you an awesome leader. In Jesus' mighty name.
Success is not a destination. Success is a journey. When you stop learning, you start dying. Learning is the key to greatness. Join Yemi and Bimbo Davids every Sunday for 7 a.m., 8:30 a.m. and 10 a.m. at The Good Land, Ifako Bus Stop, Ogudu Oworanshoki Expressway, Ogudu, Lagos. For more information, check www.globalimpactchurchng.org or call 0806-089-5213 and 0702-537-7493. The wiser you are, the better you live. Global Impact Church. Achieve greatness. Thanks for watching. To order for today's audio message, please visit www.globalimpactchurchng.org or send a text message to the phone numbers appearing on your screen. Achieve greatness.